Can I help you? Take your hands off me. Yeah. And bring him down. It just makes the wrist open. So he's gonna come in with the punch, I'm gonna come up, and we're gonna bring him down nice and easily. We're striking the arm. Together, his body turns, stop, and we're gonna bring him right down. Look out, and he's gonna drop. Rolling him over, and we drop him down. We're gonna squeeze, and you just shoot him in. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna rub down, and we've turned his head and broken his bear hug. Now we're gonna rub up, and we get him to start to roll. In, we turn the head, and we bring him down. Turn, and squeeze. In, up, and press. And if you kept walking, we can just bring him down easily. We're going to be demonstrating one of our instant knockout shots. Where we're going to be targeting is the stomach 9 point in the side of the neck. And what we're going to be using is our forearm. The reason for using the forearm is with little training, the swing of the forearm is a very powerful blow, and it doesn't have to be as focused as, let's say, using the edge of the hand or even the fingers or a punching technique. With this motion, this could come after blocking a punch, this could come off of a grabbing. For his safety, we're just going to demonstrate it off him grabbing. This way, we minimize the motion and nobody gets injured. So we're going to have John grab nice and tight. We're going to focus on this point. We're going to use the forearm, stop, and we're going to bring him right down. All right, once we maintain grappling position, both arms are in position to strike him. So rather than bringing him to the ground with a throw, we're actually going to do a knockout technique involving the area around the temple, which are some points that we haven't really covered. We're going to slap. We have the temple, the corner of the eye, and the bridge of the eyebrow, which forms a nice big circle that's just going to get slapped. And on the other side, we're going to use the ridge hand to strike gallbladder 20. From grappling position, as we're searching for a move, this hand is free to strike here. This hand is free to strike here. So what we're going to do is we're going to lock up, we're going to bring him down, and we're going to show the basic knockout, and he's going to drop. Okay, the last point on the shoulder region is exactly at the apex of the trapezius muscle. So basically, we divide his neck and his shoulder in half this way, and we divide it in half this way. And this is where we're going. And we could actually press it and get some effect. Because this is a big muscle, the muscle actually protects it and the point lies underneath it. So generally we want to strike it inward this way or using our forearm. If he was coming forward like to shoot to do the takedown, we would actually use our forearms on this point to stop him. Because of the angle, we may not knock him out, but what we'll do is stop his motion, which will allow us to set up something else. What we're going to do is just show this point the effect of it. We're going to have him throw a punch, we're going to block it, and we're just going to put some downward pressure. And the thing to watch for is his legs. Watch where his legs go. So as he comes in, we come down, and we drop him down. Okay, as previously explained, the more pressure points you hit, the more damage that you do. So if he were to grab me in a real situation, I would be using one of the arm points, one of the body points, or one of the leg points before I came to the jaw point. What that would do is it would make it actually weaker. But what I want to actually just show you is how, with no setup at all, this one point becomes very sensitive. So as he grabs, we're just going to come from this position. I'm going to go slow so I don't injure him. We're going to come up in the up and out direction. I'm going to have him bite down real tight so he doesn't hurt his teeth. All right, so we're going to look straight. He's grabbing. We're not going to use a setup. We're going to come in, chill. And it's going to bring him down. We sit him up. We have a special revival that we use to wake him back up a little. All right. Okay, what we're going to do now is show you a little reality scene. We're going to try to combine some of the elements of what we've taught using a variety of techniques. What we're going to do first is show you the wrong way. We're going to do some of the techniques in the wrong manner. You'll see what happens, obviously. Then we're going to show you where the mistakes were and then redo it the right way. Hey, what's this? Okay, now what went wrong with that technique? Obviously, if you got hit and knocked out, you did something very wrong. The first part was good. We struck the first person, he went down. But by using our left hand, we left that side vulnerable to the second attacker. So we're going to go through it again. We're going to do it step by step and show you where the mistake was, and then we're going to show you how to avoid that mistake. As I came out, I noticed John was here. I really didn't pay too much attention in this direction, and I was intent on hitting him. By using my left to come in, I got a nice shot off here, but I was unprotected on the opposite side. And then as he charged forward, there was no way, as you come in, there was no way for me to block or stop him, and that was it. So basically the problem was using the wrong hand due to the fact that I was unaware that he was here. If he would have been on the opposite side, that would have been fine because this arm would have been free. So when it comes to more than one person, you have to be aware of your surroundings. Obviously also the wall didn't help out too much. And you have to be aware of what side the person attacking is on. So now we're going to do it again. We're going to show you the right way to do it. Hey, what's this? Okay, now you can see that technique works a little bit better. What did we do to make that work better? The first thing was, as we came out, I noticed right away that he was standing in the corner. When he grabbed, we used that point that we practiced, the lung 5 point, to control him. So as he came forward, we struck it and created an obstruction, pausing him just long enough to throw a kick. That pretty much took care of him while he was still off balance. Then we finished with the palm. And then immediately we left the scene. There's no reason to stick around. Yeah. Okay, let's break this technique down. What was basically happening was I was being pinned from the rear, preventing me from blocking as the next guy came close. So the only thing that was free was my leg. So we front kicked to the bladder region, and then from this position we wanted to get him off. So we did the step and we twisted. We could have also done the roll that we did in the instructional segment, but we didn't want to do it at full speed to cause injury. So you could have just done your side roll. Now what happened there was something unexpected, as real fights are, and as I rolled him, I lost my balance and ended up having to roll also. So this again further illustrates the reason for learning to properly roll, because even when you do the technique right, sometimes little mistakes can happen. While the technique came off very nicely, there was one major mistake made, and that was as soon as I opened the door and saw that there was a problem, I should have just gone right back in the door. Two reasons for this. Number one, they may not have come inside, and number two, they both can't fit through the door at the same time. So as they came in after me, we can pick them off one at a time, making it a little bit easier for ourselves. Okay, we're going to slow this one down a little bit and show why this one was so successful. Basically, as I came out, I was looking around, he approached, I used both arms in an aggressive motion. I didn't back off. That would have been the big mistake if he would have come in with the punch and I would have started to move back. The power of his punch would have sent me back and he would have just continued. So as he came in, we moved aggressively right into him. We went right for the knockout blow to the neck. 9 times out of 10, he's going to drop, but just in case, we finished with the knee to the bladder points. And then we stepped back and exited as quickly as possible.
I'm here with Scott Rogers here in Brooklyn, New York at the Integrated Self-Defense and Fitness Center. Scott, pleasure to be here.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to be here. Scott, how long have you been here?
We've been here going on 5 years now.
When someone comes to your school, what can they expect as far as first walking in the classroom?
Well, when they first walk in, what they can expect is basically what they would expect